Hello everyone. Guys, right now, tonight, Iran is making its boldest and most desperate power grab since the war has begun. And if you are not paying attention to what is happening in the Middle East at this very moment, you need to be. Because this affects every single American. So, guys, here is what we know. After the US and Israel forces struck Iran's nuclear sites and took out Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei back in February, the world expected Iran to fall in line, to come to the table to negotiate from a position of weakness. But, folks, this is not what is happening. Instead, Mojtaba Khamenei, Iran's new supreme leader, has just launched what our analysts are calling a sweeping geopolitical counter-offensive, going country by country across the Muslim world, calling on Saudi Arabia, the UAE, Turkey, Pakistan, Egypt, America's closest partners in the region, to ditch Washington and unite under what Tehran is now calling a new Islamic civilization. And guys, let me be very clear about what this means. This is a direct, calculated attack on the President Trump's signature foreign policy achievement, the Abraham Accords. Because just hours before the Khamenei made this move, President Trump was personally on the phone with the leaders of eight Eastern nations, pushing them to expand that very agreement and normalize relations with the Israel. So what you have right now is two completely opposite visions for the future of the Middle East on a collision course. And every king, every emir, every president in that region has to pick a side. And here is where the story gets even more complicated. President Trump walked into the White House Situation Room just days ago. Also, sat down with the Secretary of State Marco Rubio and Vice President J.D. Vance, told the American people and the world that he was going to make a final determination on a ceasefire deal with Iran, and the deal that would reopen the Strait of Hormuz and begin the nuclear negotiations. And after the 2 hours behind the closed doors, he walked out and said absolutely nothing. No decision, no announcement, leaving allies, adversaries, and financial markets completely in the dark. And while Washington sits on that decision, here is what happening on the ground inside Iran right now. Hardline protesters are flooding the streets of Tehran. They are rallying against their own government negotiators, calling the peace talks a national betrayal, demanding revenge from the Khamenei's death. And according to Iran International, these crowds are getting louder and bigger by the day. So you have this extraordinary situation where Iran's leadership is quietly trying to cut a deal with America, while the Iran's own hardliners are threatening to burn down anyone who signs it. And the Gulf states, Bahrain, UAE, Qatar, the nations that host tens of thousands of American troops, the Fifth Fleet, our most critical air bases in the entire region, they are watching all of this very carefully. And our analysts say they are not buying what Tehran is selling. They took 3 months of Iranian missile fire. They are not about to sign into an anti American coalition, but they are also asking a very serious question right now. Is the United States going to stay the course? Or is Washington going to cut a deal and leave them exposed? And that question, that doubt, is exactly the opening that Kemna is trying to exploit. Now, here is where every American watching this tonight needs to understand the stakes. The Strait of Hormuz is not just a foreign policy talking point. Roughly 20% of the world's entire oil supply moves through that waterway every single day. Yes, guys, the moment that strait closes or gets threatened, You feel it at the pump. You feel it in your grocery bill. You feel it in your 401k. That is not a story happening somewhere far away on the map. You have to Google. This is a story that lands right here at home. So the question tonight is this: does President Trump take this deal, reopen the strait, and begin nuclear talks and claim a massive diplomatic win? Or does he walk away, keep the pressure on, and risk this 3 month war escalating into something far more dangerous, guys? We are watching this very closely and we will bring you every development as it breaks. Make sure you are subscribed with our channel so you do not miss our next report. Drop your thoughts in the comments right now. Should Trump take this deal or should he hold firm? And if you found this report valuable, share it because this is a story that is going to define the next chapter of American foreign policy, whether Washington is ready for it or not. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you.